everyone, and welcome to Nervous Nessie. Now, you may be wondering where on earth I'm at. I am actually at the Amtrak station waiting to get on a train to take me to San Diego, California, so that we can go to Comic-Con. Today we are going to Comic-Con, and I'm going to show you kind of what it's like to be at Comic-Con. I won't be able to show you everything because there's absolutely no way to be able to go to everything in one day. That's why Comic-Con is actually 5 days. It runs from Wednesday to Sunday. Wednesday is the preview night where you can go there early and check out some of the vendors, and then Thursday through Sunday are the full days, but every single day is completely different. There are panels, there's different vendors, there's just way too much to see and do in just one day. But I wanted to give you guys an idea of what it's like to go to Comic-Con. Now, the train, I'm having to look on my phone here, the train that I am taking to go to San Diego is the, I believe, Pacific Surfliner, and I ended up getting a ticket for business class. Now, I've shown you videos where I took the train and got a room. I took the train and had a coach seat, but for this trip I'm actually doing a business seat, and there are some perks that come with getting a business seat. And if you do decide, if you are in California and you decide to take the train to Comic-Con, you want to get a business seat class. Why? Because there are thousands of people going to San Diego all at the same time, and a lot of the people take the train. With the business class, you have a dedicated seat, and with the coach class, it's first come, first serve, and then it turns into standing room only. The train ride is roughly about 2 hours to get down there, and I do not want to be standing for 2 hours trying to surf on the Surfliner. I usually try to get on the side of the train that faces the ocean so that I get best views. So that's what I'm going to try and do today. My train's pulling up, so let's go. The business class on this train is towards the front of the train. When you go on board, they do ask if you are business class to make sure that you are getting on the right car. Now, normally in the past when I have taken the train down, it's actually quite empty, but this year the train was packed. I wanted to get a window seat so that I could shoot some footage, but just looking at this train, you can tell there's literally no seats. I was willing to take pretty much any seat that I could get. I found one seat next to a lady, and I asked her if I could sit there. She told me she was sick, and I really didn't want to sit next to someone who was obviously sick. But I noticed the next car is also business class. So I headed into that car, and once I got to the very last seat, I noticed there was a gentleman sitting there that had the window seat not taken. I asked him if I could sit there, and turns out it was a friend of mine. It was my friend Aaron, and of course we sat together and we talked the whole way down to Comic-Con. So I've made it down to San Diego. I was shooting some footage on the train. Unfortunately, this morning there has been a lot of kind of a fog on the water, so you couldn't really see how pretty the actual beach is as you're coming down. But if you're going down to San Diego on the train, you want to when you're sitting there, if the train is going one direction, you want to be on the right side. So if you're standing there and you're going in the direction of the train, on the right side of the train, and that's the ocean side of the train. The other side of the train is the mountain side of the train. Both have beautiful views, but if you want to see the ocean the majority of the way down, that's the side that you want to be on. I'm here at the San Diego station. Now, this is the last stop for the train itself. So everyone has to get off the train, and then to get to the San Diego Convention Center, it's about a mile walk. Not bad, it's flat the whole way, and everyone that's coming down gets off the train at the same time and is headed in the same direction. So it's pretty crowded. If you get lost, you're not gonna get lost. Follow the crowd. The crowd will take you to the convention center. It's pretty much a straight shot. When you come out of the station, you go straight down, keep going, and you'll see the convention center when you get to the end of the street. To try and not be in with the crowd, I ended up going inside the station, going to the restroom, plus there's a bit of a wait to get into the convention center, and it's better to use the restroom here at the train station than try to wait until you get into the convention center and use the bathroom there, because you're going to be holding it for a while. So we are going to head over to the convention center. Now, my pass came in the mail. My actual pass to get in came in the mail. I have my lanyard that I had, but with the ticket price, you do get an actual lanyard for this year. Each year is a different lanyard. You also get a bag and some swag. So the first thing you want to do is go and pick that up. So that is where we are going to head to first. Now, if you did not get your pass in the mail, then you can pick up your pass there, show your ID. Just know that there is a bit of a line to get the pass, and you do have to have your ID ready. But luckily we don't have to do that. We're just gonna go pick up our swag bag, and our lanyard will be with the bag. So let's head to the convention center. So I'm walking over to the convention center, and I wanted to give you guys some tips about entering the Comic-Con Convention Center. Now, with your actual pass to get in, it does have your name on it. And the pass is only for you. You cannot share your pass with anyone else. Otherwise, your pass can be forfeited and you never get to enter Comic-Con again. So you don't want to share your pass with anyone. You do have to use your pass to scan and actually get in and out of the convention center. And they keep a record of that, of how many times you go in and out, where you go in and out. So you want to make sure that you are scanning it out and in every time. Now, because everyone is headed to the convention center, which opens at 9, the entrance gets supremely crowded. I'm talking everyone is shoulder to shoulder. There is no shade whatsoever. It gets extremely hot very, very fast. So when you get here, yes, you could be one of the first people in to be able to see whatever you want to see, but just know that you are standing in a massive crowd of people and you're burning up. I've learned not to do that and to instead take my time getting over there, because I will eventually get to see everything that I want to see inside there. Little note down here, there are train lines that are running to get you around San Diego. Sometimes when you are going through the crosswalks, you'll have to wait for those trains, but just know those are available if you want to get around the actual downtown San Diego area. When you first get into the convention center, you want to head upstairs either via the escalator or the elevator, and
you want to follow the different signs or ask someone and they can direct you to where you can go and pick up your name badge. In this same area is where you would pick up your swag bag, which is free. It is included in the admission, and you also get to pick up 2 programs. They have a detailed program, which is kind of like a small book, and then they also have a summarized program. And then you can also pick up your lanyard in this area as well. So I made it inside. Unfortunately, there are no signs outside for the various entrances to tell you really where to go. Each one of the doors is like A, B, C, D, so forth and so on. I made it over to the B door, which was open, and started walking in, and the person there yelled at me because my badge is an attendee badge versus you should have either an ADA or professional badge to get into that door. So I had to go back outside. There's no signs of where to go, what's going on. When you get here, there will be a lot of various lines. Lines for signings, lines for autographs, lines for everything. Don't blindly get into a line. Ask people what the line is for, how long the wait is, because otherwise you could be standing in a line for something completely irrelevant. Now, once I did get inside, the first thing you want to do is take the elevator or escalator upstairs to either pick up your badge or to pick up your swag bag and your lanyard. So I went upstairs. I now have my badge on the provided lanyard, which is Amazon Prime. Then you also get an event guide book that has everything that's going on. This book is super thick. I mean, it is really thick. Then you have a quick guide that they give you that does kind of a overall summary of what's going on each day. They also give you a pin. So it is a Comic-Con pin for 2023. Those of us who come every year, we collect these. A lot of people wear them on their lanyards. My lanyards, some years I've collected so many pins that I can't wear them anymore. And then you do get your swag bag. Now, one side of this swag bag is a generic Comic-Con artwork for the year. Now this bag is massive. Like, this thing is huge. That's because a lot of people do buy a lot of things in here, t-shirts, posters. So it's to be able to hold all of that stuff. People buy books, comic books, artwork, and it does have straps, shoulder straps. It is made of like a recycled plastic. You could carry just your bare essentials for the day in a bag and then use this bag to put all of the stuff you collect during the day. But it does get heavy and it's hot and it can be kind of cumbersome. So since I have my backpack, I'm going to fold up my bag and put it in the backpack. Now, the other side of the bag has random artwork that is indicative of different TV shows, movies, the current stuff for the year. I've seen some really cool ones. There was a Family Guy one. I really wanted that one. Now I'm watching somebody has a Simpsons one. There's a lot of really cool artwork, but it's very random. You don't know which one you're gonna get. So I have not looked at it. I just unfolded it. Let's see which one I got. It's Praise Petey on Freeform and Hulu and Animayhem. Never heard of the show. Maybe it's a new show, but who knows? sometimes people see, certain bags and they will swap. Last year I had my choice between Marvel and DC. I am Marvel fan, but I ended up getting a DC bag and giving it to a friend of mine who is a DC fan. From here, all of the ballrooms and halls are upstairs. That's all that is upstairs. I'm going to swing the camera around and show you. So there's like ballroom 20A, 20B, 20C, and as you can see, the signs overhead tell you the different ballrooms. In these ballrooms are different talks. Maybe it's animators and they're talking about how they do their animations. Now the halls are huge, and the halls are more for the TV releases, movie releases, and in order to get into those halls, you pretty much have to spend the night outside on the ground, waiting in line to get your pass, and then once you have your pass, then you can come back and go inside and actually watch the event the next day. I don't do that. I mean, it would be fun to do it. I do have friends that do it, and they actually get front row at a lot of the halls and have actually been able to meet a lot of the celebrities, but I really don't have that much interest in it. So the ballrooms and the halls are upstairs. Downstairs is the actual main floor, and I'm going to do a walkthrough and show you guys the floor, and let's see what they have new this year. When you walk into the main convention center floor, the layout stays the same pretty much every year. I like starting either at the far left or far right and working my way across. As you can see, there's a wall on the left, so on the left-hand side is what's called Artists Alley, and there are signs overhead to direct you as to where you actually are in the convention center floor, because the convention center floor is huge. Think several football fields long. Now, Artists Alley is where various artists set up their different booths, and you can purchase their artwork. Maybe they just do artwork in general. Maybe they are artists for various comic books, or they draw certain characters. And you can purchase their artwork there. You can purchase posters, books, various artwork that they've done. You can have an artist commission work for you, where you go in and you tell them what you want drawn for you or painted, whatever medium that artist is using. Now, most of the artists will not be able to complete the artwork during Comic-Con itself, let alone just in a single day if you're going to be there for a single day. So you would have to give them your address and name to have them mail the artwork to you. Now, if you look overhead at the top, in this section I am in 5,300. If you are in the convention center and let's say you have friends that you know that are there, or if you are a family, it's a good idea to be mindful of those signs. And if you were to call your friend and they're at Comic-Con and you say, hey, let's meet up, you can use those signs to direct them to you or for you to be directed to them. As you're walking the convention floor, you will probably come across some booths that have free giveaways. Now, I wasn't sure what this one was giving away, but I thought I would check it out. Turns out it ended up being a Dragon Ball Z wrist warmer, and I do have a friend that is a Dragon Ball Z fan, so I ended up giving that to them. But as you can see, the convention center is very, very crowded. just know that it is going to take you quite a while to walk through, especially if it's your first time, or if you have a lot of interests in various things. It's going to take a while for you to get through the convention floor. Now, there are a lot of larger than life booths that are set up, just like this Nickelodeon one. They have the different shows on Nickelodeon, and they will have a booth for each show. They also have it set up where they can do movie level makeup on volunteers. If you wanted to volunteer for that, you would want to get there early, and just know that that can eat up a good part of your day. But at the end of the day, you can walk away with movie level makeup done for you. But each one of the booths are set up. Some of them do have giveaways. It can be things like stickers or pens. You can collect a lot of various business cards, but I've learned at the end of the day, I end up not really doing anything with them, so I try not to collect a lot of little things like that. Now, some of the booths are children friendly, maybe for various cartoons. Some of them are more adult oriented, so if you are coming here with kids, be mindful of that, because they're kind of mixed in together, and you don't want to be walking along and your kids see something that might be a little too old for them. The right side of the convention center is focused more on video games. They do have some interactive things that you can do. For example, you could act like you're riding on a bike from Star Wars with the video playing in the background and get a really cool video or picture of you doing that. Just know that you will have to stand in line for a while to do that. There are other things that you can purchase in this area that are related to video games. And if you want to take the time to do so, you can play the newest video games at the convention center itself. Now, there is a lot to see in the convention center as well as outside. That's including the front, behind, and in the Gaslamp district in San Diego. This video is already kind of long, so I wanted to break it up into multiple videos. So I will be shooting another video and releasing that soon, and if you want to know when that video comes out, then subscribe. If you like this video, then give me a thumbs up. If you have questions about Comic-Con, anything Comic-Con related, then feel free to leave a comment below and I will get to that as soon as I can. But I look forward to seeing everyone in the next video, where I give you a lot more tips and tricks for Comic-Con and show you a whole lot more. But until then, bye!